Very good morning, my dear children. Hope you all are doing well. And I do believe that now you find more time to observe nature, right? Yes. Then let me ask you, did you realize that you can learn many great things from nature? Yes, and that is what actually Nehru trying to tell his daughter through this letter. He says that we can learn many great things from the book of nature. He considers nature as a book. And he also says that the mountains, rocks, deserts, seas, stars, and the fossils of animals can tell us the early story of our earth. He considered the stones, mountains, and all are different pages in the book of nature. And in order to read it, one must learn the alphabet of nature. Now let's check out what else could the book of nature wants to tell us. Any idea? No? Okay, now let's have a look at it. Take out your textbook. Let's read the chapter.
If you see a little round shiny pebble, does it not tell you something? How did it get round and smooth and shiny without any corners or rough edges? If you break a big rock into small bits, each bit is rough and has corners and rough edges. It is not at all like a round, smooth pebble. How then did the pebble become so round and smooth and shiny? It will tell you its story if you have good eyes to see and ears to hear it. It tells you that once upon a time, it may be long ago, it was a bit of rock, just like the bit you make break from a big rocks or stone with plenty of edges and corners. Probably it rested on some mountainside. Then came the rain and washed it down to the little valley where it found a mountain stream, which pushed it on till it reached a little river. And the little river took it to the big river. And all the while it rolled at the bottom of the river, and its edges were worn away. Thus the rough surface was made smooth and shiny. So it became the pebble that you see. Somehow the river left it behind, and you found it. If the river had carried it on, it would have become smaller and smaller, till at last it became a grain of sand and joined its brothers at the seaside to make a beautiful beach, where little children can play and make castle out of the sand. If a little pebble can tell you so much, how much more could we learn from all the rocks and mountains and the many other things we see around?
Now let me ask you some questions, okay? So first question is,
What does Nehru mean by good eyes to see and ears to hear? Yes, Nehru means that if one observes nature closely, one can learn about nature. Coming to the next question, what are the features of a pebble? A pebble is a little stone which is round in shape, smooth and shiny.
now it's your turn to read the text silently. So while reading the text, don't forget to underline the unknown words, okay? Okay, children, now tell me the unknown words that you underlined. What? Pebble? Pebbles, okay.
Children, what can you see in this picture? Yes, a small stone with a shiny smooth surface and which is also round in shape.
Now tell me the next word.
Castle. It pronounced like castle. It means a large, strong building built in the past by a ruler or important person to protect the people inside from attack.
Now I will explain this paragraph for you. Here Nehru says that if we observe a little shiny, round, smooth pebble, it will tell us something. It will tell its story, how it became a pebble. Do you know how it became a pebble? You know that if you break a big rock into small pieces, its edges will be very rough. But in the case of pebbles, its edges are very smooth and round in shape, right? Then how the pebble get very smooth, round and shiny? Do you know? Okay, if you want to listen the story of the small pebble, it will tell us only if you have good eyes to see and ears to hear. So let's listen to the story of Pebble.
Once upon a time, I was a bit of rock with plenty of edges and corners, and I rested on a mountain side. Then time passed, then came the rain and washed me down to the little valley. I found there a mountain stream, and it pushed me again to a little river. And then the river took me to a big river. And again I rolled at the bottom of the river, and my edges were worn away. Thus, the rough surface became smooth and shiny. So I became the pebble that you see now.
Children, now I will give you an activity. Imagine that Pebble is telling its own story. What would be the story be? So write a story, okay? So I hope you understand the chapter, the Book of Nature. So we will meet in the next class. Thank you.